Adrian Nel was in Mozambique building an accommodation block with his father and younger brother, but he was killed on Friday as they tried to make their escape from a hotel under attack by suspected Islamist insurgents. News of his death reached the rest of his family in South Africa a day later.
My son is very traumatized, as is, I'm sure, my husband, but he's being very strong. And luckily, they were able to bring Adrian's body back to Palma with them. So they're just waiting for that, all the paperwork to be done so we can get him back to South Africa.
Nearly 200 civilians were sheltering inside the hotel in the town of Palma after militants surrounded the compound. Helicopters could be heard circling above, but a convoy of cars was deemed the only route out. In total, 7 were killed when it was ambushed and dozens more in the town itself.
The Defence and Security Forces have regretfully recorded the loss of life of a group of citizens who rushed into a column of vehicles leaving from the Amarula Hotel and were ambushed by terrorists. We regret this loss of life and inform you that we are continuing our work to eliminate the terrorists.
The attack was part of a wider conflict in the predominantly Muslim region of Cabo Delgado. Palma's in the far north, close to gas projects worth more than £40 billion. The group of civilians, both locals and expats, were trapped inside the Amarula Hotel. Those who survived have been taken to Pemba further south, but many are still missing, including this woman's brother.
You don't know where the person is. You can't reach them, in what condition they're in, you know? This is horrible. It's destabilizing. It's really not fair.
The insurgency in Mozambique began in 2017 through a group known as Ansar al-Sunnah. More than 2,500 people have died in the fighting and 700,000 have been displaced. Experts hope the events of this week will prompt action from authorities.
In the short term, flooding the area with government security forces and providing outposts and patrols on an ongoing basis is probably the only immediate response. But there needs to be a think of how locals can benefit from this, from the economic expansion that is happening in the area.
For now, though, the only focus of those caught up in this conflict is survival. Ivor Bennett, Sky News.